Welcome to Mission Matters. I'm Rob Thrasher, Director of Discipleship and Mission here at Salem First Presbyterian Church. Today we're going to be chatting with the Executive Director of Mid-Willamette Valley's Family Promise, TJ Putman. Family Promise is a local nonprofit dedicated to walking alongside families who have, for one reason or another, found themselves without a home. Let's hear what TJ has to say. Hello, TJ. Welcome. Glad to have you here with us today.
Hey, I feel pretty lucky that I get to be here and I get to chat with you and other folks connected with our congregation. So this is great.
Fabulous. So tell us a little bit about what you do with Family Promise. I already introduced you as the executive director, but I didn't put any meat on that skeleton. So what is it that how are you serving?
So as director of Family Promise, I get to be sure the wheels stay on the bus in the simplest form. So with Family Promise, we do shelter and housing for homeless families with children. And we do this by mobilizing our faith community to come alongside our neighbors in need. So today I'm in the office. I get to see the maintenance crew next door at the next door apartment complex running around with leaf blowers. Well, I set out donations. I have a grant due to FEMA. I get to help screen calls. I kind of get to be a jack of all trades and do a lot of little things to be sure he'll stay on the bus, and then also that I'm mobilizing my awesome staff to help come alongside the families that we're working
with. You do have an awesome staff. It must be really great to work with the people you have.
I feel pretty lucky that I get to see lives changed every day with my work, whether it's the families who come to us on the worst day, that we can help give hope and give inspiration and let them know that, one, that we care, but also that things are going to be better. We've helped a few hundred people from homelessness to stability, even through this COVID-19 in 2020. It's heartbreaking to know that people are homeless, but I'm so encouraged that I get to see the families change, but I also get to see a transformation in my staff and then the volunteers who help out, that they get to come alongside our neighbors in need and have a dramatic change.
Good. So how are you actually doing? How are you and your loved ones faring during this time of lockdown?
The way I describe it is when it first happened, there was this emergency that kind of set everybody into crisis. I feel like we're at a point now where we've all kind of learned how to function in the crisis, and a lot of us are slowly dipping our toes out of the water, toes into the water to figure out what does it look like when we come out of this crisis, and how do we carry the crisis that we've been through to the next level. Me personally, I'm tired. I feel like I've been working for 6 years straight, or however long this pandemic has gone on. I try to find joy in what I do. I try to look for ways to smile and look for hope, but it's a mix between trying to find that stuff and feeling really down. And thankfully, though, I have some family that cares about me. I also try to find some outlets to where, like, this is the year of where my yard's styled in. And this is the year where I've finally put in flooring in my house. Like, just trying to find some tangible outlets to have a start and finish that make me.
It's good to have some projects that you can actually see to completion sometimes.
Exactly.
In the midst of uncertainty, it's nice. It's therapeutic anyway. I find it. I've been out in the garden a lot, so that's been good. Anyway, so in light of this pandemic, how has the ministry of Family Promise been impacted?
Yeah, the impact for us it hit us pretty hard. We're a ministry that brings people together. Each year we mobilize about 2,000 volunteers to come alongside neighbors struggling with housing instability, struggling with homelessness. We bring people together where there are anywhere from 6 to 10 volunteers each evening helping out our program. And we had to put a stop to that. The families in our program were really nervous that, hey, we can't necessarily do ministry in a congregation any longer. So where do we go and what do we do? And what's neat to see is that God didn't stop working. We had to suspend the rotational for our emergency shelter, interfaith hospitality network. The congregation stepped up and provided more food. They provided support for the families. There's some in the community that helped out with housing, really doing everything that they could to let families know that even though we're going through this extreme crisis, like we as a church, that we as a faith community can be there when you need us most. The families that we served immediately when the restrictions first came down with COVID-19 are all now in their own homes. So pretty exciting to know, exciting to see that transformation. So yeah, we had to change our model. So we're now either sheltering here at our day center or we're doing it in motels. And then we're also trying to really dig into ways to get people in their own home. Now more than ever, housing means healthcare, and that if we can get somebody in their own home, we could get them into a place where they can isolate if they need to. Their chances of being healthier potentially higher than if they were doubled up in a friend's couch, or if they were living on the streets or sleeping in their car, needed to access multiple services just to use the bathroom. Housing is healthcare, so we're digging in really hard with the rental assistance. Another big change is there's been an eviction moratorium that came down through the governor, which is great. It means that we're not seeing as many calls of families looking for that emergency assistance as we. That almost half as soon as the pandemic started. That's great. I'm a little nervous that there's going to be an avalanche of evictions happening. That's over. So the other kind of side of things we're doing is preparing for what it looks like out of this kind of immediate crisis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all have to play a little Nostradamus, don't we? Like it's going to be like this or it's going to be like that. Having to make our best guesses. That must be a challenge. I loved how you worded housing as healthcare. I think that's so important for folks to hear. That when people have a home, they're more likely to be healthier, and that's true. We that have homes, we take that for granted, don't we?
We take it for granted, and then it's something so simple that if you wake up in your own bed, like kids are going to be healthier, they're going to do a better job in school, they're going to have better, they're going to feel more rested, they're going to socially acclimate better. Same thing for parents, that if they're waking up in their own bed, it's easier to get up and get to work. It's easier to shower. Just you're better off when you're waking up in your own bed. And if we could help take care of people's health by putting them in their own place, we're going to be better as a community.
Excellent. So during this time, what is it that you sense that God is revealing to you as you navigate this unique time in our history?
Yeah, it's so cool because I get to see God working so many different ways. When the pandemic first started, I got to see how many people truly cared and truly wanted to help out. Not only that, but there was a person that I worked with uh, who multiple people have helped him along the way. Who is sorry? Let me back up a little bit. There's somebody that I helped out whose grandparents immigrated from Europe around the time of World War II during Nazi Germany. His grandparents fled Nazi Germany. Multiple people helped his grandma along the way, and they ended up here in the States at one point. He reached out and said, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the generosity and goodwill of others. Time and time again, I see people that are at a place in life that might where they might feel a little more blessed, or life where they feel more they're struggling. I see God working on their hearts, and I see them wanting to do just a little bit more to come along. that's what I'm just blown away with, is how many people want to help out, whether it be financially, providing a meal, writing a card. Like, even if something is was calling to say, "Hey, I'm thinking about you." Uh, it means so much to me personally, but it also means so much to a family who more or less feels like they're alone. I get to see God bringing alongside a community of believers and a community that cares. Somebody that might feel isolated and alone.
That's excellent. Excellent stuff. So, how then can we, as a community faith at Salem First Presbyterian, be coming alongside in more ways than what we currently are, or just perhaps how can we be praying for you personally and for the work that you do?
Yeah, I would love prayers to figure that I could get clarity on the next steps for where we need to go, uh, for Family Promise as an organization, but also where we need to go as a community to be sure that families with kids have a safe place to sleep at night. I'm really struggling to figure out what the best option is. I'm not quite sure our interfaith hospitality network uh, is ready to open back up again. So if that doesn't immediately open back up, what do the next steps look like? The other thing is this coming this summer and then at the start of the school year, we need to be sure that people have a safe place to sleep. And with the job loss, record number unemployment, um, this is going to hit low. This has hit low income families hardest. I'm praying for them. We need prayers for them, and we need prayers to be sure that our neighbors' needs are met.
Excellent. We'll be doing that for sure. Thank you for your time today, TJ, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks, Rob.